Hey folks, I'm Draconic Arcade and welcome to Gunsmith Simulator. This is not a game that was released very long ago. However, the style of game kind of gives me that sort of nostalgia thing. I don't really care when things are released, but, you know, yeah. I've 100% of this game on my main Discord account, but I wanted to do it again for this. And also, I didn't have all the DLC, so there will be a few weapons that are new to me. We'll probably set up in a way that we do. I'm getting right into it, by the way. This game released. It was not released very long ago. Anyway, for 4 jobs per video because that's how many shelf spots you have. Later on, it will be just 4 guns in general. I'll also attempt to get all the achievements, but I don't really care too much about that, at least for the moment, because some of these are really, really stupid. Some of them I consider just unfun to do, so I'm probably just not going to do them. I don't want to read this. I was on screen for long enough that you can absolutely read it. But, job 1. Some of this will start out pretty slow, but you'll end up having some pretty good fun by the end of it. You'll see me press control a lot to do that, because it just makes it so much easier to see where everything is. Oh, that's so goddamn slow. Yeah, that's the first thing we're speeding up. The cruise speed. Holy crap, that's so slow. I forgot how slow that is. It's like, it's somewhat slow at the start, like when you first play. Or when you actually get it fully upgraded, I mean. But it's so slow when you first play. That's insane. I do also want to own one of each gun in this. Okay, I know there's one achievement that I will not be trying to do. I'll do the rest of them, but one of them is just not happening. Or I could just exclude achievements for this particular game, which I've already kind of done for Euro Truck Sim. One or two of the achievements are just not fun to do. I'll just do, I'll take it on a case-by-case basis, I think. But a lot of this is going to be me kind of getting into my usual swing of things as I get more and more stuff. Sears, this one. Ooh. In the firing pin spring? This one? Cool. This will probably be in sort of the ongoing style that I've eventually started doing. Because this game is still actively updated, and I do plan on getting all the stuff for it and stuff. Unlike Euro Truck Sim, where there's just so much all the time. If I try to get everything, I'd be spending so much money. It's a Sims 3 situation, honestly. But for this, there's been 2 DLCs. Probably will end up being more, but it's mostly free updates that they add stuff, and it will probably eventually stop. Once I do end up doing everything, when eventually that happens, I'll pop back in when new DLCs or new updates release more stuff, and I'll finish those things. One of my favorite, I think my favorite kind of weapon in this game is the fucking flintlocks. Those are really entertaining to mess around with. Or maybe I'm just a nerd, which admittedly I am. It's just one of the games on my list, too. Because I've not wanted to play some of the other games that are on my list for a while, or the other games I'm kind of doing for ongoing stuff. So I've moved to doing this. Maybe House Flipper as well. There's some of these that are just sound entertaining to do. Unfortunately, a lot of the more recent games that I play are like this one. A lot of the more story-driven kind of games. So I don't play many story-driven kind of games. But I don't play that many either way. You want the laser. We'll go to the shooting range eventually. Yeah, I don't really want to do it on this first one. I would rather take a full set of 4 guns to it. New skill point. Where? Screwmaster. Oh, it's not gonna let me put them in yet, is it? That's makes me sad. Send that back. Nice. Mail, and then we're gonna do 3 more jobs. Ooh, the P90 is actually not something I've gotten to mess around with. That is the one of the newer weapons. I like the Peacemaker. And then, sure, Mauser. Now I can level up. Skills. Gonna start with Screwmaster, because that is absurdly slow. Not gotten to work with the P90. You want a barrel, which looks a bit odd. Huh. God, this gun is so strange. I mean, isn't it kind of like a... I don't know what the word is. Like an experimental gun. All things considered. You see it in a lot of stuff, but... It's a very weird weapon, isn't it? Can't even remove rust and stuff yet, so... This is like super... What is that? It's the hammer assembly. Huh. I will not get over this weapon being weird. Couple broken things, couple missing things. Only got some P90 parts now. I need to buy some more. No, it does a big old pause if the last thing you do is, it gives a big old pause if the last thing you do is put the parts on the table. So you'll notice that whenever I remember, I'll always put the parts on the table and then usually clean as the last step, but sometimes it's other stuff. Even though cleaning is unleveled, it feels almost exactly the same as max level cleaning. It's fast as hell. When a lot of episodes of this come out, just like come back to this and check it out. Alright, I'm supposed to... no, I won't do it this time then. Since I did it like that, I can immediately grab this. I mean, I could have if it didn't push me all the way to the side, but, you know, I'm able to immediately grab it and immediately start doing this instead of having to pause beforehand. I have certain little things I do in this game as well. Some of them are time savers, some of them are just weird little things I do. Because I am, at my core, a very, very strange person. Oh, my son could tell you that. Pretty much anyone, honestly. Anyone who's met me can probably tell you I am a very, very strange person. Oh, you want it painted? Sure, I'll paint it in the most eye-bleeding pattern possible. Okay, that's not eye-bleeding. That's actually really cool. Oh, I actually love that. I was trying to make it bad, but I just made it look kind of cool. Oh, cool, maybe not the word, but it doesn't look bad. I'll do better next time. Peacemaker! I love revolvers. If you see me play Phantom Forces, you will absolutely know that. Judging by the fact that for the longest time I tried to use a revolver until I stopped because it's not a very good weapon, and fortunately the 1911 in that game is a little bit busted for what I was needing it to do. Just the revolver, but better, unfortunately. Like same amount of hits to kill and everything. P90 is a very complex weapon in comparison to, this. Like, it's also bigger, but I suppose that's a little unfair to just call it more complex. Which it is, but being bigger does have something to do with that. Alright. Need some new parts. You can tell how much less complex it is by just, the fact that it's taking so much less time. Cleaning is okay, it's a little slower with it if it's not maxed, but it's not really that much. It's like barely noticeable, and that's coming from me who is... Actually, never mind. I'm weirdly patient when it comes to a lot of things. I'm impatient with this game. Some games I'm patient with, and some games I'm not. Some games I'm too patient with. Like a lot of shooters, I'm only patient when it gets me killed. Or it's the fact, it's like, oh, I'm being patient, it's the correct option, but the moment I decide it's safe, it's like, nope, suddenly, you're dead. Because it was exactly that moment is the moment you're waiting for. Which honestly is almost funny. It just took a moment to place. These are going to be decent length. Ooh, that's a big old stretch. Level 3. Don't mind if I go over here and, you know, lift that up again. Then we got a Mauser. Which actually has a test operation on it, which we get to see that now. Assuming it wants a new stock, because that stock looks... Oh, it's just dirty. It's actually not having me full disassemble it. So I need to buy a few parts. And then clean a couple. Stock latch. Stock bottom trigger button. Main hinge plate. Trigger. I said trigger. There you go. Throw them on the table. Then we got some cleaning to do. If you're wondering why sometimes they go all red, it's because I'm holding control to help me see where it is, because sometimes my eyes just can't see the friggin' dirt. My eyes aren't even that bad, it's just... if there's like a little bit left, it can be really hard to see. Like with this, yeah, you can tell it's getting cleaner. You know, just, it's a small part. And it's most of a middle part, and it goes through it, so that wasn't bad. I wanted to try to do an example on. I was going to try to do an example. I should have done, this is actually a good example. Sometimes you can't. Like, that's just the entire thing. But if I try to click here, it worked. Okay. It's a first. I'm trying to show an example. You can't oil things through other things is a good example of it, but I don't know if there's a part on this where it's super clear. You know, the last one, there was one where it was, you had to oil the inside and the outside of the barrel part separately, which was really, like, weird to do. And also when on this one I do it because sometimes parts get behind other parts, and I don't have good enough memory to remember exactly what has to go in first. Like, I enjoy guns, I like guns, but I am not a gun nerd enough to actually know, oh, this part attacks this part, this connects to this connects to this, yada yada yada. I can't do that. It's just not how my brain works. Some guns are just cool. And I gotta test it. So, this is pretty cool that it lets you do this. It is on safe right now. There's the safety. Safety on. Here we go. And maybe we can send it back. Yep. One thing I will always do, because if you let it get out of hand, it gets really, really out of hand, is sell these broken parts. You can't fix them. These good parts we keep around because sometimes you can just use them. When it's like, oh, you need to buy parts. No, I already have them. Yay. You'll see me kind of building towards that a lot more later as well. Regardless, 44 bucks. We'll go ahead and send these 3 back, get a bunch of money. We have more mail for next time, and we're going to throw the 3rd point into that because 150% speed is very good. And we'll do 3 more jobs next time. Bye.